One of the biggest reasons that we don't manifest what we want is because we're self-sabotaging ourselves. We're constantly undoing everything that we try to do right, and then we beat ourselves up for it. So today's tip, I want to talk about how to stop the self-sabotage. And this is a perfect time to talk about this because we're moving into the Pisces full moon. And the Pisces full moon is a deep, rich energy that really talks about the unconscious, the subconscious, and the house of undoing, or self-sabotage. So during this time, you may have elements that come up and let you know this is how you're sabotaging yourself. These are the addictions that you're holding on to. It's time to let go of them and really embrace that energy so that you can move beyond that self-sabotaging behavior. So one of the questions that I'm often asked is, why do I sabotage myself? And it comes down to a couple things. What are you feeling? Number one thing is we often have these emotions going on within us that are running the bigger picture, the programming. So we need to understand what we're feeling at any time. Are we feeling guilty or ashamed in some capacity? Or are you just feeling not enough in some capacity or unworthy? When we can identify what you feel, then it makes it easier to move beyond it and stop the behavior. So let's look at some tips to help you in shifting those sabotaging behaviors so that you get the results that you want. After you've determined what emotions are coming up, I want you to take notes of what thoughts are coming up. We all have this constant chatter going on with our heads, and it's up to us to either manage it and move away from those negative or lower vibrating thoughts and really embrace the positive ones, or guess what? The program's going to be running our lives. So it's up to you to manage those thoughts and stop that internal chatter that tears you down. This goes into our second reason, or second tip, is to stop bullying yourself. We all have the same amount of time, we all have things that we want to accomplish, and it's important for us to have those goals to move forward. But guess what? We have unrealistic expectations, and there's no way that we can meet them most of the time. In fact, most people underestimate how much they can do in 5 years, but overestimate how much they can do in 1 year. So take note of that. If it takes you 8 months to a year to finish a project, so what? At least you got it done. The whole point is not the destination, but it's actually the journey. So embrace your progress. Create habits that help you be successful. Sure, you're going to have those days when you fall off and don't do all the right things, and it's okay. But you need to stop beating yourself up about it. Otherwise, you're going to be the bully in your life. Some other tips that you can use are journaling. One of my favorite things, using pen to paper, getting down your thoughts. They don't need to be complete thoughts or complete sentences or even grammatically correct. This is about you just freely writing anything that comes to mind, anything that you're feeling, anything that you want to do. What are your hopes and dreams, but what are your fears as well? When you can start identifying those things, you may be able to put some of the pieces together and figure out where it is that you're off course and where you need to make adjustments. Another tool to help you in manifesting more is to stop comparing yourself to other people. Often we compare ourselves to their highlight reel. So if you're looking at their Facebook posts or other social media and you're thinking their life is so amazing and they're so wonderful, they're not showing you everything. So if you're just comparing yourself to what their highlight is, guess what? Your life is going to look pretty sad. So stop comparing yourself to other people. Again, this is about your journey and your life. Another tool to help support you at this time is a couple of essential oils that I love working with, especially with the water elements. So juniper berry, white fir, and frankincense are 3 of my favorite oils in doing that deep release work in the water, or that emotional level. So with both juniper berry and frankincense, these are going to help us unearth or help us bring to light any of those elements within our subconscious that need our resolve. This can be deep-seated emotional traumas, it can be any memories that are locked in our physical body, and this is a great time. This is an amazing time to help us in releasing and really stepping into what it is that we want so that we are empowered as we move forward with our life. I hope these tips have helped you. If you have any questions, Make a comment here below the video and I'll get back to you. Enjoy the rich, deep, healing energy of the Pisces full moon. Enjoy the weekend. This is Jana Matthews. Thanks for joining me.